Welcome to Non-Fungible Guys. This is a podcast about cryptocurrency, NFTs, and everything in between. I'm one of your hosts, Devon C. Codrington, and I'm joined by? Oh, darn it.
Accompanied by NFG Ryan. What's going on, everyone?
What is up?
Not much. We got a pretty special episode.
Why?
I don't know. We hit a milestone. We hit the big 5-0.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, we got past 8.
Yeah.
And then we're like, let's see how far we can go.
Yeah, I guess this is actually a big deal. 50th episode. So
it is. I cracked a drink. Do you have a drink, Devon? Cheers, buddy.
I actually do, but I don't want to tell you what it is.
Cheers. It's probably water, but that's fine.
No, it's this.
All right, so we're not even going to talk about it. It's a juice box for anyone that's
my favorite.
wondering.
Yeah. Apple juice box for like the small one too for children. I'm interrupting the podcast to bring you a word from our podcast sponsor. The Developer Collective is the very first Web3 developer agency on Cardano that offers the most innovative solutions in a custom white glove service experience. Use the Developer Collective to build your platform, website, or NFT project. The agency comes fully staffed with dedicated developers, designers, and project managers that'll take the technical aspect of things off of your hands. Founded by Nighthawk, the very first recognized project advisor in the Cardano NFT space, and founder of the Crypto Talent Marketplace. But what is the Crypto Talent Marketplace? Well, let me tell you about it. The Crypto Talent Marketplace is the first of its kind talent marketplace, serving as a meeting place for blockchain talent and project teams in need of that talent. The marketplace is currently under development and will launch this summer. All right, cool. Back to the podcast.
I have to apologize to everyone. I'll get in front of this before Devon shits all over me.
Okay.
I am on vacation.
I was about to get there.
I know. We're doing this over Zoom. I wanted to do it in person, but just the timing of everything. I never go on vacation, and here I am on vacation for our big 50th.
We've recorded many episodes where I've been wherever.
Yeah.
And this always happens. And then the minute we're set to do the 50th, Ryan's like, sorry, I'm gone for like weeks too. So
yeah,
we made it happen.
2.5 weeks, I think I'm gone. So
yeah. And the thing is, we hadn't even been in the studio for a while since then. So before then. So you know what? Whatever. This is just a remotely recorded show on the regular now.
We'll make the 1 year episode a bigger one.
Okay. We can get like a hotel and stuff and like order room service and just spend you and I just show notes and recording, right?
Sure. We'll do sure. Best friends date.
I love the party. Yeah. Okay. But, by the way, you look jacked right now. Is that because the tank top? What's going on here?
It must be the tank top. I've got some sun. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think we should record. I'm going to record with this laptop all the time.
Okay.
Just start flexing, like, oh, I gotta hit the mute button right there, and just
that looks pretty good. Nice. All right, cool. Anyways, okay, what do we do in this episode? I figured we would, I don't know. I kind of like scrolled back through previous episodes and looked around at stuff that we had done and kind of listened and figured I'd just kind of pop up some random situations and see what we thought about the things we'd recorded before. But we can do also whatever you got in mind.
That's fine. I know you wanted me to do research on our past episodes. I did 0 of that.
I do not believe you.
I figured I wrote a couple things down and I was like, what am I doing? I'm like, you know what? Looking through the show notes, we've said stupid things. We've been silly. And I mean, it's not necessarily a year in review yet, but
that's true.
It's going through it before we started this Zoom. I realized, you know what? I could see it's like a growth chart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we talked about Solana, like episode 3, and it took me, I think you bought some Solana too, but it took me like 7 months to get an NFT from Solana. You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that. And then of course, over the last couple of days there's been like 8,000 Solana wallets compromised. And you know what it was? It was some kind of it was a hack or something, but you know what it was? I looked it up. It was like the seed phrases for people's wallets for this certain, I should have wrote it down. Their seed phrases was in like text code.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So like this, their seed phrases were being shared amongst the wallet. I can't remember the wallet, Soul something. And
I
their
don't
guy
know the
named
Solana wallet. It's not Phantom or anything like that, right?
it
That's not
wasn't
what.
Phantom. Everyone thought it was, but it's something to
Okay.
do with. Oh no, it was an exchange or something like you know how you're not supposed to keep your money on an exchange.
Yeah.
I got to look up that tweet again. I can't remember who. I think it was the one guy's name Fubar or Fu something. I'll give
So
him a shout out. But yeah, he was saying no, it was something to do with like that company was like, I guess their data being shared. The fucking seed phrases were in the text.
wow, that
So
sounds
somebody found the
terrible.
exploit and just started taking everybody's money.
Wow.
Yeah.
So okay. Um, you know, well, yeah, because first we just thought it was a Chrome extension and it was going on
Yeah.
for days and everyone was just watching accounts get drained. And the only way was to put your stuff in a hardware wallet as the only way to save it. And so basically it's just this is the worst exploit ever. It's not even like it's just not even
It's a bad one.
protected. Yeah, your seed phrase actually exists out there and is moving around on this exchange. So here's the thing. This is when people kind of get pissed and be like, if it was regulated, this company would be charged or whatever. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, what's
Yep.
gonna happen? Who knows, right?
I guess the company, I'm freaking dying trying to find this stupid tweet again, I should have wrote it down or something, but um, I'm guessing, oh, Slope. Looks like the Slope wallet sent plain text seed phrases to external integration partners. So compromised Phantom wallets came from seed phrase imports used in Slope.
Jesus.
Compromised ETH wallets were also from seed phrase reuse. It was not a blockchain or a randomness issue,
Hmm.
and that's from at 0xFOOBAR. So X0, yeah, 0x on
Whoa.
Twitter. He did a kind of a deep dive into everything, and he was like, correction, the Slope wallet did not send seed phrases to external partners. So, okay, there you go. I'm reading it live, but may have logged them on their own centralized servers. So that's what it was. They had logged it into their own centralized servers, but it was in plain text.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Actually crazy.
And if
That
you
doesn't
go, he
make
shows
any
like
sense.
a screenshot and everything, and it's like literally it says console level debug, blah 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 blah, and then it has the timestamps as like of all the words.
Wow. That's
So
that's crazy. Like actually.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that keeps on happening.
Yeah, so that was like, and we started talking about Solana back in episode 3. So that would have been end of September, beginning of October. And then it was just like a train wreck of circumstances since then. And then even this is happening. So I don't know, man. But yeah, so I didn't no deep dive in for me on our own show notes.
All right, let's go back to episode 1. So I listened to some of episode 1, which dropped September 16th, 2021. The title of it was NFTs, Vivi, Omi, Ikami, NBA Top Shots.
So I was going through that and I realized, you know what? There's one thing that's happened in 50 episodes.
What?
Vivi just kind of fell off for us.
But it was like the biggest thing. I mean, we
It
were
was a lot of everything for
it was
like the
all it
good.
was that's why we're here. Like why we're here. This is why we started. That whole like your flip. I mean, I guess tell us like what did you do? What did you do?
I jumped into Vivi just after I was like, actually, you know what? It was almost a year to the day. I think I think it is August 4th was when I signed up for Vivi, and I bought their first Marvel drop on their collectibles, and it was like a Spider-Man. So actually, that's funny. It's I think a year to the day,
Nice.
and so the following week they started dropping digital comics. I snagged 2 of them for like I don't know 6 gems or 7 gem. I think it was 6 gems each.
I
So
thought they were
12.
725 for each comic, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was gems based, right? So
Well, yeah, but okay.
was it 6.99? So 7 gems each.
Yeah.
Anyways, I bought 2 comics of the first 3 drops, and the very first drop, I ended up hitting a secret rare comic, and like 2 days later, I sold it for 3,000 gems, which now is the equivalent of like 3,000 US. But we basically waited what, 50 episodes for what's the word I'm looking for? Money transfer
Money
out.
transfer license. We didn't even know about the MTL until much, much later. We didn't even
Yeah,
talk about it in those early episodes because it didn't exist. We didn't know what was happening. We
right.
thought it would be something would be needed to so we could move the Omi coin to the Yakomi wallet. And we were right about that. Like, so we weren't wrong from the jump. Non-fungible guys were right. But like, so ultimately, what was your last thing in like why you abandoned Vivi?
I haven't abandoned it because I still hold all my stuff. All my collectibles are still there. It was just they got hacked with that credit card fraud that was in one of
Yeah,
our episodes. Like expired credit cards were being used to buy fraudulent gems.
right.
Yeah. So
Flooding the market with like
it was it was like
non-tax money.
yeah, it was like 7 million gems or something flooded the market. So it all those gems just devalued everything. So I started kind of backing off at that point. And they were just coming out with too much stuff. They still are doing it. I mean, they're still chugging along doing their thing. But after around that hack was where I started, or I wouldn't even say hack. I guess it was an exploit.
Hmm.
That's where I started kind of falling out of love with it. But now they've got the KYCs by the actually July 30th was the date that you can't even participate in their buying and selling or doing anything on their marketplace or drops without KYC now.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, by the end of July. So was it the 31st or 30th?
Holy crap! Because I haven't logged in forever, and I was actually
No,
thinking
I
about it.
know. So if you
I
want to
was like,
go
I
and buy
really
your,
should, so I can like list everything and sell it.
yeah, so you can't do any of that until you do the KYC.
Damn.
Yeah, so I did my KYC. I didn't do it on my wife's account, Melissa's account, whatever. Not that she's ever going to listen, but
Nah, take it easy.
um, but I think I was able to transfer everything out of her account to mine prior, anyways. But either way, so yeah, you have to do the KYC, so that's there, and I guess that sets up the. I think you can withdraw money now, actually, but it has to be minimum $1,000 in your account to be able to withdraw. So it is here. I
Wow.
forgot about that. Yeah, withdrawing is available
To cash.
to cash out. Yeah, and I think you can cash out to USDC, which at last I checked, I think they put a pause on the crypto exchange, like taking,
Hmm.
but it was USDC and then a bank transfer, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm. That
So
actually
I mean,
sounds good. The limit sounds like not everyone's operating there.
you know why though?
Even after that long, not everyone's up there.
But you know why?
All the fake accounts?
Nope. Think
Why?
about it. Think of it from a company standpoint. If we open up the floodgates and say cash out now available, what happens if everyone just cashes out?
Oh, of
What's
course.
left in the system,
You do a bank run and everyone just
right?
pulls out. Yeah.
So they probably came up with a number. They probably decided 100, 500. No, we got to keep some people in. Like let the whales take out their,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But
We'll
like let
reward you guys by being able to do this because you've invested. Because to get to that, you gotta put some in.
right.
Definitely.
I would have to sell quite a bit of my stuff to even get 1,000. Well, sorry,
Not really.
I lie. I have a couple of secret rare comics that I could probably sell for 1,500 right now, but I could have sold them back in the day for $5,000.
So yeah, as you said that, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, but the things have plummeted that much.
Yeah, the value, like I think my whole portfolio at one point would have been like 30K. Now it's maybe 12.
Yo. Well, yeah, I don't know. My wallet was worth more than 1,000 back, maybe, but not at all. Now I don't know. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I'll probably KYC at some point whenever I take a vacation and clean up my crypto world. I've kind of been doing that bit by bit, but I'm sure we'll get to that later. All right.
We definitely will.
What else were we talking about? We were talking about that one project that for a while it was kind of like butthurt that I never got into.
Which one was
Um,
that? Was that was a
that ETH project that you loved,
properties?
the one before that.
Unicorns.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it? I don't.
Whatever happened. Where's your unicorn now,
So
bitch?
I still have my unicorn. I still
Why?
have the Gen 2 unicorn. They were doing a game and stuff. It's funny. I just pop into the Discord every so often. They're still
Yeah.
kicking,
Yeah.
but like
Is
the
that a
hype,
pun? because they're unicorns.
So stupid.
Nice.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but you got me, buddy.
Yes. Dad jokes for life.
Yep. So no, unicorns are still going. I think they're developing a game. So they came out with Gen 1 and Gen 2 is the babies. And then I think they just came out where you combined a Gen 1 and Gen 2, like the baby with the parents, but it wasn't like breeding. It was just combining them for a voxel that you can use in metaverses.
Right.
So I did all three of that. Other than that, I don't stake anymore. I don't really do too much with it. I'm holder, but I'm not. No, I've fallen out of love with the unicorns. And
the
it's funny
excitement
because
is dying down.
that was my first project that I learned to do that grinding. Like we could we could talk about that, the whole space and that's happened in 50 episodes if you wanted to go there.
50 years. Yeah. Well, honestly, we're coming up to a year of the space, right? Realistically. So yeah, the grind.
Yeah, the grind whitelist. When we kind of got heavily into it, it was like you go into the chat, you got to hit this special level, you get the whitelist and you unlock perks and all this stuff. That doesn't exist anymore.
How did you grind though? Like what was the
actual... unicorns? I was fucking in that chat talking to everybody for like a good 6 days. I think if I remember correctly, I had to get to level 10 or level 15.
Yeah.
And like that was like a good 6 days, maybe a week off and on, but like it was putting in work to get that level
just
up.
Being there, active, talking, so that it shows that you're like putting in that mental time to give you the equity in the project.
Yep. And then the next
project,
no longer the model. No, because I jumped from that to properties, which is exactly the same. Remember, I burnt it. We talked about that too, the NFT crypto burnout, because I would be fucking grinding in these chats for like 3 hours straight and like getting headaches because I'm staring at my phone. That shit doesn't exist anymore. Like projects do now. It's like especially in Ethereum, everything's free mints. There's not even discords for some of these projects anymore.
It's true.
So what are you grinding on? There's nothing to grind on. So now it's like you're minting or you're buying whitelists on marketplaces with other projects and collaborations.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's even like now look at the Mallard order on Cardano. They did a whole, you got to prove yourself, and there's different stages. It was like there was the knowledge stage. They didn't call it a stage. They called it like something. Fuck, man. I'm drawing.
We talked about it on one of our previous episodes.
Yeah, we did. Anyways, they had different like activities and stuff and doing all this stuff. Yeah, we did talk about it. But anyways, that's kind of like now the engagement is like go do an Easter egg hunt, or what Old Money does is like there's hidden things on their NFTs, or Rabbit Society. They hid shit around city of Toronto and gave out coordinates and said, go look for it.
Yeah, they did in real life geocaching. Well, that's why like Jonathan Little from Deco Degeneracy and his thing of like, you own it, you do nothing, just keep it in your wallet, and whatever winnings or what's necessary will be airdropped.
Yeah, every time I pick a card, and if you hold that card, you win.
Yeah.
You win enough if I win.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a guy who used to work with Gary V. His name's Zane Gazani, I think. And he started his NFT project, but I forget his project's name now, which sucks, but it kind of reminded me of like this Invisible Friends kind of feel, or maybe something more primitive than that. Probably sketches. I think there were sketches, like kind of close to the whole V-Friend kind of deal.
Yeah.
And I remember when he launched his project, it was like, hey, the Discord's open like Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to like 10 p.m. He's like, it's on the weekends, no one's there, so don't ask us any questions. And he was like, before 8 a.m., he's like, if you live in another part of the world, no problem, but we're not going to be awake. And he's like, after 10 p.m., I'm off Discord. You won't find me. And he was like, I'm not trying to get burnt out. We're not here to grind and lose our minds over this. Like, utility has to be long-term, and we don't need you going nuts 24 hours a day to try to get levels. And I respected that like big time. I didn't buy into his project because I didn't like the artwork that much.
Yeah.
But and that's like the ETH projects that when they were still like at the heyday of like they're doing mints and they're coming, and then, you know, the mint price is ridiculously high. And if you don't get in mint whitelist or allow list or whatever, the secondary immediately pumped up to 3-4 ETH or whatever. And I was like, I'm not for there from the beginning, so just thought not for me. But I did like that. I hadn't seen anyone else do that, so that's one thing.
So you actually hit on something in the last like 50 episodes that's converted, or it's changed, I guess, that we've talked about, is whitelists aren't really called whitelists anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
They're called allow. You said it. You said allow list, but
yeah, I like
that's
that.
even little shit like that. Kind of, it's funny to see. Even a lot more people have been onboarding the whole year early. I don't see people talk about that much anymore. I mean, I do see we are early, but it's not very.
You know what? I think it's because like we truly are, and we're still early, but because the people that are Cardano, where we spend all our time hanging out, it's a different kind of grind, and we're not seeing people build some sort of an app or have these projects that are kind of having extreme runaway success. You know what I mean? Runaway success on Cardano. And we were talking about this after Cardano was like in the episodes earlier on, we talked about the Space Buds pump. And I remember we were like, oh shit, it's up to like 3,500 now. And like, it was like wild. And like, I forget the price, but that was maybe like 6K for whatever. But then you're seeing an ETH project mint, and then like 3 hours after the mint, that's the price, and people are selling them on secondary for that price. And it's like, you know, if we had been in that sphere, more of our peers would have been like, yeah, whatever, it's still early, the future's so crazy. But like all of us Cardano chumps are out here just like having a good time making things. We're like friggin' Smurfs or Smoggies having a great time, and like not realizing there's a city where people are getting rich and doing crazy stuff that is ETH, you know? So I feel like people are saying that because a lot of people are like less excited and disillusioned. They're like, it's still early. Yeah, there's so much stuff that's going to happen. And everyone's like, okay, I've been doing this for 8 months and I made a couple trades, but like ultimately, yeah, I did a deal that made me $800, but when I average things out, I'm not really making or losing. I'm just kind of participating. And I think that's pretty much what's happening for most. And I think that kind of like dulled things out. So
fair enough.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else. In October, we dropped episodes, and we were trying to think about like Cardano more seriously. We realized Ada Lovelace was a person.
Yeah,
I remember that episode. Listening to that, we were both on the call in the studio, and we were like, "Wait, what? Lovelace? That's how you measure the I don't know, the transaction energy or something?" And it was like, Ada, and we were like, oh crap. So we like educated people on that. That was personally one of my favorites because I got to nerd out. But I don't know, pretty much between then, which that came in October, and then December, we just talked about properties and
I know we went heavy on properties,
like hard. Like that's all we talked about. Like when you look at our episodes, it's in the title, right? Title after title after title.
Really? Well, we ended up having Joe on. To Joe, and then we started kind of realizing we did have to branch out. We realized like that was the one thing that we kind of learned as we're going. We're like, okay, we need to. You don't want to necessarily shell a project. I mean, I'll do that on my Twitter myself because I'll tweet about fun projects that I love. But I think one of my favorite episodes, well, one was having Burns on and just watching over the last couple, or since the beginning when we first introduced Burns on episode 11. Yeah. Seeing what he's kind of morphed into in the space and with himself.
Kind of crazy. Yeah.
It is. But one of my favorite episodes was Cardano City.
Oh.
Like we were so hyped about it. But that was at the point where we were still rookies in a sense. Not that we're veterans in any sense of the word now, but like we're minting everything. We're like, this is the next big thing. Just so everyone's aware, Cardano City is still right where we left it in episode like 5. Like
to the point where we look and we're like, this has got to be the slowest rug pull like of all time. Like the Twitter is still active, or not, it's still available. They'll tweet every like 2-3 months, just some random shit. but like nothing has happened. Like absolutely nothing. No updates, no nothing. And
I'm actually gonna go on the
sell
website
and buy them. Like people, it's crazy.
I'm actually on their website right now, and I'm going to see. It says 50,000 unique NFTs, 105 variables with 250 posters. So it says select the round. There are currently no round. Oh wait. Oh, here we go. It loaded. There's still round 22 to 25 available. So there's 381 at 138 are left. So there's still probably, let's see, 1,700, 2,000. There's like 2,500 out of the 50,000 still to be minted. And if I remember correctly, they said they weren't going to do anything until they minted out. So we're 50 episodes in, almost a full year. And we were like, I remember we were so excited about like, oh my God, what's the posters doing? Like, oh my God, what's this?
And because we talked about metaverse, we're like, this is what the metaverse is going to look like. And we even said, we're like, oh, it's going to take a while, but like, it's going to be okay. Like they're going to build. Yeah. They're going to build. And we were like thinking about you're right. The posters and what they meant. And like, and then the project was just like, sweet guys. And no one ever heard anything again. Like, it's crazy. Like that was it. I should list mine. I should list mine for sale.
They're worthless, I think, at this point.
You're right.
For the next, wait till they sell out and like the hype starts building up again, and then just dump it.
Do you think they will
sell out?
Yeah.
I mean, they've already sold 45,000,
which is crazy when you think about it. Like that's how big this project was. Like 50,000 episode is not like, oh, back in the day it was easy. 50,000 is huge. Like of a project.
It's not
like, it's huge. Crazy.
5 times. Yeah.
Like that's so the fact that they were able to mint that many is like a testament to how much hype this project had. And like also no one's like mad at them. Everyone's just like, whatever. I guess it's a rug pull. We just like talk, don't even care.
Dude, go into their Discord. I opened Discord. It's Cardano City is like at the bottom of my list. It's like very bottom of my list. There is like a legit group that's still in here talking. Like it's fucking hilarious. And here's what's even funnier. I bet you if you go back to the last episode or whatever episode where we're talking about the posters and all that shit, we know just as much information right now in episode 50 than we did in episode 5 or whatever episode it was. Like there's literally been no new information.
That's crazy. That's actually
other than like maybe the rarities of like certain what traits are more rare than
right.
That. But there's been no info.
So we consider that a big loss. September 23rd might be the last time we talked about it.
No, we brought it up. We brought it up
later. We would have had to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Wow. That is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, even going through some of the episode notes, it's funny to see just what we evolved. Like it was all like, oh, we were so excited about everything, and then it's like, okay, we got to start branching it. Like I love the fact that we got into the kind of interviewing people.
Yeah, because
that's one of my favorite things.
We didn't. You know what? Pat on the back, NFGs. Yeah. For context, Ryan just reached over to grab a beer, but it looked like he was reaching to pat me on the back because of a Zoom call. So no, the other hand that touches my shoulder. Anyways. Okay, this is ridiculous, but yeah, no, you're.
So if anyone's noticed the audio's changed, it's because I've had to switch to AirPods and I have gaming headphones. I don't know. Anyways,
we should probably put a note about that. The audio has changed.
Yeah, the audio has changed. Sorry. If it's worse, I'm sorry. If it's better, then you're welcome. If you don't want to listen at all, just turn this off. But yeah, we've had tons of guests, like going back to like Joe Burns, which I don't know why Burns hasn't been on. I've been trying to get. He's got so much going on with his mod and admins and different projects.
And he's fully jumped chains too to become a player in the ETH world.
Yes.
He saw the bag and went to chase it.
He realized and he's not wrong. It's actually that's what I was going to bring up. Going in our episodes, you can kind of see the evolution of the bear market showing up. Because when we were doing it, it was a bull market.
Yeah.
And like even when we were buying some of the projects, it was like 40. Like I think Gingerbread Men that rug pulled was like 40 or I was pissed I lost 50 ETH.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
And 50 ETH now is like $30.
ADA.
Or sorry, 50 ADA. Yeah, my bad.
I
But
do
yeah,
remember
now
that, like, because that conversion at that time, 40 ADA was like $54 or something, wasn't it?
40 ADA was like, I think at the peak in the fall of last year, ADA was like $3 a, it was like $150, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I forgot about the good times.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it was the bull market, man. No,
I forgot about how high it actually went.
Yeah, it was up there. So I don't want to do, I'm trying not to do too much of like a year in review because we have our 1 year episode or 1 year anniversary coming up. But
that's true. Yeah. Good point. All good. Yeah, that does make sense when you look at it. It's like, okay, so let's talk about guests then. I guess I feel like we should say the first time we actually mentioned Remark was actually in December. I didn't even notice that. Like, we mentioned it officially on the podcast.
No, really?
It was in our title. Yeah.
Was it because of Paps?
Probably our Paps, our official producer. But we talk about, and the episode is all properties. It was properties, all leading up to the December mint. And then we actually talked about Remark in December 9th. But then after that, we had our heavy hitter of our guests, like kind of like one of the most popular guests to this date still. Pretty sure you know who it is considering the time and you were on the podcast. But that would be Nat Angels.
Yes, Nat Angels. We got to get her back on. I don't know.
I actually tweeted to her to ask her to come back on last week. I was like, hey, come back on the podcast. So,
and what happened?
She did not respond at all.
Did you do it from NFGs or did you do it from Mr. Devon C. Codrington?
So here's the thing. Even getting her on the podcast, she responded to none of. We knew we were like talking.
We tweeted. I know.
She responded to none of them until I privately DM'd her on Instagram, and she was like, "Oh shit, right? Okay, cool." And that's the only way she came on. But this time, no channels work.
All right. Well,
no shade. No shade. She's cool.
But I don't even know if she's doing NFTs or crypto. She's probably got. Obviously, she wouldn't have sold off everything. I'm assuming.
No, she said she's still. According to her updates, apparently she's still trading and buying NFTs. Like, he just.
Well, we got to get her ass back on.
Yeah. But that episode got a ton of traction. That was. I feel like that time, December, like with the properties mint and then with her, it kind of took our numbers. That was when the numbers stabilized and changed. You know. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Was she on before Joe? Like, who was she? Her first guest?
She was. I think she would have been after Joe, right? Yeah, after Joe. Joe was
after Joe.
Yeah. Joe was right after Burns.
Well, we got to get Joe back on. He kind of dipped away from that crypto space to take some personal time.
Yeah,
but I think he's in behind the scenes at properties because even though, like you said, we were heavy on properties at the beginning. I've stuck with them. I guess I was a property. What do they call me? A PA, a properties assistant in their Discord. But I think I'm technically a mod now. I'm not sure. I guess I have to like get the paperwork and look at what I am. But I'm still in the Discord. I'm still an assistant / mod. I'm somewhere in the team. I'm not in the inner circle, but yeah, I'm still with them. So what happened with them is like the bull market or bear market screwed them kind of. Microsoft axing, or is it Mahjong or whatever, axing the Minecraft for being used in crypto. Did you hear about that? NFT world? Did we ever talk about that?
Recently or back then?
Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. NFT worlds.
This is NFT my memory about something related to Minecraft. I remember thinking, what does that mean? I got to check that out. What happened?
So Properties was doing sandbox metaverse. That's their big play. Problem is it was delayed. It's probably going to be delayed till Q2 next year. No one knows that. But so Properties pivoted and started buying NFT worlds, which was basically every NFT was its own Minecraft world that you could build on.
Yeah.
So just recently, Microsoft / I think it's Mojang Studios came out and said Minecraft will not be able to be used with blockchain or crypto tech.
Damn.
So basically crippling NFT worlds.
That just like destroys that whole strategy.
Yeah,
Get
apparently
more irons in the fire because they're gonna have to pivot hard. And
they're
it's
pivoting
quite a big loss.
to something else, but I haven't looked back into them. But properties kind of put that on the back burner now, and they're focusing mainly on sandbox developing and just like surviving this bear market in a sense. They were smart because and they've said that they liquidated some of their stuff, so it's not. So when the bear market hit, they weren't like bleeding money. They liquidated to whatever stable coins. So they've got money to work with, and a lot of their stuff is still chugging along. So shout out to properties for that.
Yeah,
and
interesting. You know what?
Yeah,
it was like thinking. It's funny you said seeing some of the start of the bear market come in December, and it's like looking back, you're like, yeah, there was little signs of the NFT. Well, NFT sales and everything slowed down like crazy. In November, we actually talked about NFT burnout, and I was definitely feeling it, and that's when I started moving away from buying NFTs into buying coins. And I bought in November on our NFT burnout episode. I bought like Sol, ETH, XRP, ADA, more ADA, Axie Infinity, Polkadot, Matic, and I bought a bunch of Bitcoin because I was just like, I'm not sure. So I do remember like I used to like announce when I do all that stuff, update to where that kind of stuff is now. In
the red.
No, in advance, it's because I think I talked about it on one of the episodes where I was just like, I'm not following all this stuff well. And then it was like,
it was in May, right?
In May, I sold everything and just kept ETH, XRP, ADA, and BTC, and pretty much sold. Wait, what? I pretty much sold everything else. And just got out of it. And because I was just like, I still have Spark Point because it took me like 5 months to buy Spark Point and then never like.
I saw in one of our notes, I want to say episode, where is it? I was going through and I was like, this can't be right, this number. It was like Spark Point for 100 was like $125 or something. Did you see that note? I'm looking for it right. Where was it? I'm trying to go through it right now. But it was literally like, I guess you had written down in the show notes what the conversion was for getting Sol. And to get 100
Spark Point.
Sorry, Spark Point. And like the cost now is probably like for 100 Spark Point, you're looking at like 11 cents.
Oh my god!
I'm being stupid, but like,
are you talking about Are you talking about in the note where it's the Black Friday sale for Spark Point and
yes, where is that?
Equals 126?
Yeah. Where is that?
It's in it's
episode which
13.
Oh, okay. So Black Friday sale, 100 USD equals 126.48. Is that Spark Point?
Yeah, I do remember. I think I remember.
Do you know what 100 USD would get you right now? Like, it would get you a silly amount of Spark Point because, just like I said, we're in the bear market, right?
Yeah, but no one even knows how to buy or access Spark Point is like one of the coolest things that. You know what's cool and what's actually useful and has utility doesn't actually make it all the time. It's like Microsoft Zoom. I
just went into my wallet because I have Spark Point. So I have 50,842 coins. So 50K, we'll say.
Holy crap.
$21.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You got to check the charts to see what that would have been like. Yikes.
Yeah. So, yeah, fun times, buddy.
Yeah, for me, I would have to recover my wallet to get my Spark Point back because I haven't logged in that long.
This November, I'm looking at the tweet right now because I clicked on the link, and it was this November 29th to December 2nd. Watch out for the SRK 20% token back deal.
Right.
So I guess users who buy at least, that's what it was, 22,000 SRK, approximately $100, will get 20% SRK token back after the campaign ends. So $100 would have got you 22,100 SRK, where right now $21 would get you 50,000.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I'm glad you know what? I love the fact that we went ahead and put like these links in our show notes to be able to go
crazy.
back
They're
and
like
see
they're
that,
like
right?
windows. They're like time machines because you're not going to scroll that far back, but like having these links to be able to go back and be like, what's that tweet? And be like, holy shit, this is what it was. It's crazy when you think about it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Spark Point. I still love it. I don't know. Nat Angels was an awesome episode.
Yep.
I think yeah, I think I do remember when I was kicking out the episode to a friend of mine. She was just like, it's so good to be able to hear like a woman talk about things. She's like, there's like no chicks that are out there saying things or doing things. She's like, if I find another girl, I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? She's like, other than that, it's just neckbeards. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, that's very true. That's kind of pivoted a little bit the other way now. There's a lot more
Yeah,
women in the
definitely
space.
getting into it more for sure. Bigger projects, like some of the are the biggest projects, like wow, World of Women and whatnot. But yeah,
Clay
you know
Nation.
what? Yeah, I know. Yeah, get out of Cardano, okay? Cardano's not. No, you're totally right. It's pretty amazing. That's like our like signature project, and it's like, yeah, NFTs were pioneering in that too. Okay, I'm just joking. Okay. We are the platform for anybody.
Yeah,
okay.
hey, listen, we've got some. I mean, looking forward in the next 50 episodes, if Devon lasts that long. I don't know, Devon, you gonna be good? He's not impressed at all.
He's not even responding.
No.
Oh man.
So we got some pretty good guests we lined up, working with, trying to work out kind of when we could do some stuff. I'm excited for some of the interviews we can get going.
Yeah, no doubt, 100%. And we didn't even get to. I guess we should move along, or we'll be doing this super slowly. Okay, lightning speed. One of my favorite episodes was the Do Your Own Research episode, 1 and 2, which was pretty good. We actually got stuck to like a series. And why did that come up? Oh, dude, we have to mention even, I don't know, Pavia. Like, okay,
Yeah.
either Do Your Own Research episode was good. It was great. I think that came after a hack or something. I can't remember. But I was like, that was when some of the hacks were pretty big. But then, yeah, screw it. Let's talk about Pavia. That was awesome. Because, like, I guess one of the things I also want to mention is like how we feel like we did. And I guess it's not a full year, so we should probably not reminisce too much. But Pavia, I feel, is one of the wins for sure.
I think it was a win for all of us except for Hilly.
Yeah.
I think he still has 2 plots, but like, actually, Pavia wasn't even that big of a win for me. I don't think, was it? I only had 3 plots.
Is that what it was? Oh, okay.
It was a big win for you and Burnsy, but more Burnsy obviously came out way ahead because he got the estate plus like he ended up minting another 5. And you know what? Back in the day too, that was the big thing. Was minting. There was no smart contracts in Cardano.
No, it was they weren't here yet. Yeah.
So, but yeah, Pavia was good. Like, dude, Pavia tokens at like, I know it's not way above, but it's at 0.02. Remember when that token was going up to 0.1?
I do remember. Looking at the plots and the tokens and being like, these tokens that were airdropped right now the tokens themselves that I held, I think were worth like $2,000 or something.
Listen, I sold, I think I ended up with 16,666 Pavia tokens. I think I ended up needing some money. So I sold, I think I have 13,000 left. So I sold like 3,000 tokens, but hey, I'm using this laptop. I'm talking to you with it.
Yeah, that's true.
I converted those tokens.
Having a token airdrop, right?
Yeah.
Crypto.
And I still got 13,000, right?
Yeah, you're
so
good.
Yeah, it was yeah, man. Here's the thing. When we started, what was the key phrase everyone was throwing out at the time when NFTs first started? It was PFPs, then it was what? Utility,
metaverse,
and then the next big one was metaverse.
Yeah.
Tell me how many metaverses have opened up since we started this podcast.
None. Well, maybe one.
Which one?
No, I remember looking at this article and being like, these are the metaverses. And there was like, there was like 13 of them in total. Of course, none of them on Cardano.
Dude,
not even fucking
Pavius
even here.
No, Sandbox we're probably a year away from Sandbox still.
Yeah.
So there you go. Like for all that hype we talk
is
about with
the
metaverse,
real long hold. Like, but the crazy thing is people talk about it so much like it's whatever. Decentraland's the only player. Man, like that's it.
Well, there's Decentraland. What's the other one? There's one more that everyone. Well, actually, you know what? I lied because there's Bit County on. I think it's Polkadot. And here's the other thing. Even up until like 4 episodes ago, so 3-4 weeks ago, we were still getting shit wrong. So even though we're doing this episode, we still got Paps, the producer, as you call him, producer Paps, messaging us and saying, "Hey, dum-dums, Polkadot's the exact same as Cardano." when you're comparing it to ETH.
We did the correction.
We did do the correction, but I mean, we still get things wrong. This is the whole journey of.
But I'm impressed with this shit that we got right at the jump. Like actually,
you have a list there?
We did a lot.
No, I'm asking the way I thought you were.
Oh, the way. Okay, yeah, because you know what? When after December, things did. That was like our first mini bear or whatever, the cub market.
Yeah.
sorry. And like if you look around January and stuff, a lot of our episodes shifted to like these educational ones because like we weren't aping into projects and shit. We just spent all our money on Pavia and properties.
Yeah.
And like, nothing was really happening. So that's when we were like talking about do IOR, Tornado Cash. That episode was friggin' wild. And then we started branching out, looking at other things. We started explaining DAOs and wallets because of all the hacks too.
Yep.
And then it led to looking at other chains, like and getting back to Remark, and then it came up to the almighty Bitfalls.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Bitfall.
Yeah, Bruno.
Oh yeah. Oh right. That's his Twitter handle.
Actually,
right?
we had Bruno on after Conrad. Oops. Yeah.
We had Bruno on after Conrad.
Yeah, we had Conrad in February. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Did we really? When was Bruno on?
March, middle of March, and Conrad was end of February.
At some point, we are having Bruno on. Again, we can tease that. Bruno's going to come on. He said in the exchange I had with him that they've been working on shit that's going to blow everyone out of the water.
Yeah, well, I feel like, in all honesty, maybe we should start taking the hint of our producer, Paps, who is always telling us to go to Kasama and Remark and just be like, maybe we should just start hanging out over there because
I have been.
That episode is... I was listening to that 13 minutes in, and we were talking about like the core functionalities, and I swear we talked about that for like 35 minutes in the episode.
The 5 Legos or whatever.
Yeah, and all it was is just me and Ryan being like, "What? Oh, Jesus!" And he's like, "Yeah." So then we built this, and then the arm had another. And this guy was like smartest guy we'd ever like. It was that episode might be one of my favorite. Like,
I think that is
top 3 for sure.
Yeah, one of my favorite episodes because it was just like it wasn't fake enthusiasm. Like he was legitimately blowing my mind. Like I'm like, what? What do you mean? You have an NFT and you can add all this. Like even still, the fact that nobody even really knows about it because I'll have projects.
Yeah,
dude, I'm in projects and I'm like, listen, we could do this, but it ain't going to be on this blockchain that you want to do it on. Like you can, it's possible. What you're talking about is possible. We can do it over here. Problem is just like Burns pivoting over to Ethereum. The money is over in Ethereum.
Yeah. I think Polkadot and Remark and Kasama, those chains are chains to watch. I think Polkadot's not fazed by anything else that's going on. They're like keeping their heads down and doing their thing. So those are probably places to stay. I
saw a tweet that makes, or I don't even know, maybe people have said it to me. You want to look for projects, if any tidbits or helpful information for people. You want to look for people or projects building in a bear market.
Yeah.
And it seems like Polkadot's doing that. So I have done the pivot with Paps' help to go over to Kusama. And I've been voting.
Doing
So
this? I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I got a remark once he shared that baby dragon thing, and I ended up picking up the baby dragon. I realized over at Kusama, if you just vote on their, because it's a stake, all that, right? You get voting rights. So I got some KSM, and I'm able to vote. And you can I guess you would stake it. You lock up your KSM to get more voting power and stuff. Yeah. But every time you vote, they give you a free NFT on your Remark profile or on Remark protocol.
Gotcha.
So, and then depending on how much KSM you lock up and all that stuff, there's different rarities. So that's where the baby dragon came into effect. Some people got just a dragon egg. Some other people were able to combine different NFTs that they got from other votings, referendums as they're called. So every referendum you vote, you get an NFT. So people were able to take their egg, and it was like you had to have two rare referendum NFTs with 3 other ones. You would burn them or combine them, and then you were able to morph that egg into something else. So just by voting, they're making utility based on, like, not only is this dragon egg going to be able to morph into an adolescent and you can grow it and change it with the emoticons and all that shit, but now you're actually giving utility to these other NFTs. Nobody knows what their plans are, right?
Right.
It's just like, hey, if you have like one of the NFTs I recently got was like the 3 blind mice. So here's the other thing. Because you vote, they give you a shelf NFT. It's just like a wooden shelf.
Are you serious?
But, yeah.
But it's Kassan. So then it can. Oh my gosh.
So every NFT I get from the referendum votes, I can send it to the shelf and then equip it to the shelf, and then my NFT, my shelf picture, like the PFP, has all my little NFTs on it from my referendum votes.
Oh man.
So now here's the other crazy thing. I can either unequip all the NFTs or sell that shelf as is, and it gets all those NFTs as well. Right? Wow. Okay. So it's kind of cool. Like it's cool. That's about as far as my knowledge goes.
Yeah.
Because I don't deep dive, but
well, also it's like one of the most complicated things I've ever heard in crypto.
Yes.
But it makes me wonder though, about uptake. You know, I feel like uptake for that technology is going to come when a huge company has a perfect use for it and makes that live. Because I don't like, is the general public going to go there and do that? Like, I don't know. I feel like it'll always just be its own thing, but you can't deny the capability. It just might be quite some time.
I think it's going to be massive. And I think the whole we are early, whoever's over there, like really knowing what the hell is happening with Kusama and the Remark protocol and all that, whoever like is dabbling deep into that, because there's metaverses already open there. I haven't even got into that stuff. So I think they're laughing over there, because I think eventually that's what it's going to pivot to. With Blake blockchain, did we talked about that one episode I liked it, where it was like Ethiopia was taking on did I share it with you in WhatsApp the other day, where someone else, another country is doing land deeds as blockchain?
Yes.
Peru? Is it Peru?
You did. I'll take a look and see if I can find it. But yeah, you did. Maybe we'll get it.
So they're doing. I'm looking in WhatsApp right now. So they're doing land deeds. Where would I have shared it as a link? Right?
Probably.
I'll look at our.
How are they? What blockchain is that?
I am not sure. Colombia is using Ripple. Yeah. That's what it was. Colombia is
I was
using
happy
Ripple
about that, because Ripple, like we were talking about Ripple from the jump. Ripple was one of the early things, and it's like we just got to keep waiting. And I feel like
Ripple's the whole reason I'm in.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, Ripple started this whole damn experience for me. That's how I got into it with Burns and Hilly, and then kind of brought you into it too. Yeah. I had, like I said, I've said it before. My mother-in-law, I guess, the stepmother-in-law. It doesn't matter. Family member wanted me to help her put XRP on a ledger, and it was like so foreign to me. But super interesting, clearly,
This
because
guy's
look what it's
buying and equipping baby dragons. Like, it's no big deal.
we're on episode 50 of a podcast. I said it to her like 2 weeks ago. I was like, man, this is all your fault. I'm like, my wife, she should be blaming you because you started me down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's her. Yeah, it is totally her.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. You just
no, it's not. She asked for help, and here we are. And here I am too.
She said, you're the technology guy. I'm like, I do help you with your technology. And 50 episodes later, here we are, buddy.
So I guess I don't know. Those were some of the highlights. I guess the only other highlight I had, there's a lot we're missing, obviously, but we'll get to more later. I liked Polymarket, which I'm not going to go too deep into that, but that was the market creator that where you had to stake your NFT based on what you thought would happen. So it'd be like, hey, Jack Dorsey returned as CEO of Twitter by September 30th, and like you could stake it. You would, to place your bet on whether you think it's going to happen, you would say yeah, or you could be like, I'm going to short this. And you could also just add liquidity to the whole pool, to the poly market, the information market, and that's still going. Like, it's still going strong. I do really like that kind of stuff. So I don't know, that kind of thing was pretty cool. But
I should have looked at the show notes and given my top 3 episodes.
Well, I still don't have my top 3. I think Remark is somewhere.
Bruno's episode.
Yeah, that's somewhere there. Why don't we do our full top episodes at the 1 year mark, which is
the 1 year,
which in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. End of next month, probably.
Yeah. Right? Well, September 16th was the start of all this also.
Fuck. Congrats, buddy. We did it.
Can you believe it? We're going on to a year. Holy crap. That's pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Actually,
and you know what? Thank you to all the listeners for helping us get here. Because I mean, if we would have had 2 listens an episode, I don't know if we'd be here.
That's true. That's totally true. Totally true. We should. So Conrad was guest, Nat, Bruno, Showtime, Jonathan Little, Joe, of course, Waterfall Club, that ETH project with the pigeons. Serenity Pictures, they were friggin' dope. They were a really exciting episode. I actually really liked them too.
So you brought up Gary V. So I was just in a Twitter feed today with them. I don't know how often you go on Twitter, but she shared a video, Pumpkin, Rona, and tweeted out a video of Gary V talking about like movie directors and this and producers and blah blah blah, like he's come up with some grand idea that the movie industry's got to get on blockchain technology. Yeah. And he had Rona basically tweeting, hey Gary V, we've already done it. We're a movie on the blockchain. So I started tweeting saying, hey, you guys need to get, like, you deserve all your accolades for being, whether it doesn't matter if the movie's a blockbuster or whatever the case may be. They were the first that I'm aware of a movie on the blockchain. Yeah. So, and Gary Vee was talking about like, oh, the NFTs is like crowdfunding. The NFT could be a movie poster. And I'm like, man, this guy's just talking about Serenity Pictures. Yeah. That has already done it. Yeah. So I was like, listen, you guys deserve your accolades and people need to know. I don't want people coming into this space. Well, not Gary Vee is already in the space, but I don't want people coming in and be like, we're trend centers. And it's like, nah, man, you can't just completely forget about these independent artists that are doing stuff in here. Yeah. That's the only thing that, and I'm not saying Gary Vee is doing any of this maliciously. It's just, that's kind of like, they're so blunt. Like this, that guy has probably such a big team around him. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Like, it's not like he's maliciously doing it. It's just these small fries and the small fish.
Like, oh, he pioneered it, but that's what happens, you know. Like, if you don't have that level of clout, then you don't get the first. And of course, then he does it, and he's like, "Yeah, we're one of the first ones to do it." Kind of mumbles that under his breath. It's the biggest success, and then now everyone's just like, "He's such a pioneer and a visionary." Yeah, and it's like, yeah, his team saw it elsewhere. They took it. What are you gonna do? You can't. David and Goliath.
Yep. So. That was actually one of my favorite episodes as well. Was Serenity Pictures. So we need to get. We're working on something with them as well.
So I feel like there's a couple to mention. Yeah. Well. Okay. Nice. Yeah. I was gonna say Crypto Boutique. I feel like I'm saving the best for last. The key. I'm like, am I allowed to say that? Our like champion episode, but we'll take. So there's Catman, there's Crypto Boutique.
Yep.
There's a
shout out to all of them.
Shout out to all of them for sure. There's 4-5 Jeff and Ren Ellis, which was a great. That was our first like big time one. Just let it flow, and it's an hour and 36 minutes, and it was like, holy crap, it's so long. And then we friggin' start talking to Serge, and we're like, 2 hours, no big deal.
Ugly Bros, shout out to Serge.
Yeah,
we're doing our meetup.
Of course, Showtime and whatnot, but then also I'm trying Jonathan Little, like I mentioned, but then also I don't think I'm missing anyone else. I think this might be the last one. There was another big episode we did in May with that we've been for a long time. That you're going to be embarrassed.
I'm not going to be embarrassed.
That we've been
Why would I be embarrassed?
For a long time, and it was kind of pivotal. It was when we like had some conversations, and we got our first show sponsor. And the NFTs finally had a purse and started making some money, some crypto. So
yes, sir. Call me Nighthawk.
Call Nighthawk. Yeah.
That was a fun episode.
That episode was awesome.
I mean, all of our episodes are fun. I have there's never not a bad
every episode is my favorite episode.
Yeah, of course.
This is my favorite episode.
But hey, you forgot about Cardopoly.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
I as I said it, I'm like, I know I'm missing one because they were last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I just, you know what I love about doing these episodes with you, buddy?
What?
I love just trying to throw you off. That's like the whole time. I'm like, I even put, like I said before we got on this episode, I'm like, what am I going to do to like throw him off? And I told you my idea that I had, and it would have been a beautiful episode.
I'm glad you didn't, because I don't know why you try to do this to me.
It's hilarious. It's fun. We are two best friends. Are we not?
God. Shut up.
Just growing in this space together. I love you, buddy.
So so anyways,
what's wrong? Did I throw the mojo off?
No, I'm great. My ledger arrived. So I don't know. That's my recall.
Yeah.
That's my recall of things that 50 episodes back. Although it's kind of like not a year in review, but almost a year. Like we're only gonna add a couple more after this, but still, we'll just do it again at the year, and we'll do something even bigger. I don't know. What else you got?
Maybe for our 2-year, we'll do a live studio audience or something.
Yes.
We'll get even bigger. We should do, you know what we should do? A fucking, maybe we can do this for our 1 year. Do like a fucking Cardano summit. We're live on a TV screen, but in a metaverse, so people could live. We could have like a live audience in a metaverse. As long as
I'm on the back of a turtle, then I'm fine. That was cool, man. That was cool.
It was. So I guess we'll move into kind of like what have we done in the last little while.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of Cardano Summit, I pulled shoot and sold all my summits.
Oh, NFTs. What? I didn't expect you to say that.
Yes, sir.
Why?
I figured because I left all the discords for it, the Virtua or whatever it's called, and I realized I'm not paying attention to, like, I've been married to a lot of these NFTs, kind of like Tommy from F35ers, who shout out to them for being on our.
Oh my gosh, we missed F35ers.
We didn't miss them, but
we're on there.
But Tommy was saying to us that he kind of like not falls in love, but he ends up becoming a collector and then collects everything. Mm-hmm. So I had a couple drinks the other night and I'm fucking around on the computer and I'm like, you know what? What am I doing with these Summit NFTs? I had held on to them for so long. There was a big initial blow up of it. Then there was a big blow up for their land drop. And I was like, I didn't do any, like, I just held them. They were free NFTs I got for doing some cool thing at the summit.
Could have bought a tower though, man.
You know, man, the towers were like, what was the cost? Do you remember? It was like 3,008.
It was
stupid.
600 for the smallest plot, I think, and the tower was 250 or something. But then
man, they were expensive. It was like 2,200. Yeah, it was ridiculous, man. Yeah. So maybe I had a bitter taste over that still because I didn't. It was like I had the 7, so I had first dibs on buying that stuff, but it was so far out of my price. Anyways, Had a couple of drinks. I was like, you know what? Time to move on. Boom, sold them. And actually, someone went through because I put them all at floor price.
Yeah.
And someone bought one person bought all 7. Not because you can't pack. I didn't package it.
Why did you put them on the floor?
What else was they going to do? There's no rarity to them. There's rarity to each individual type of NFT. Like there's the bison, the butterflies, the sprites, the turtle, the tree of life, the Cardano symbol. I think I'm forgetting one.
I'm just joking. I don't know. It looks
there might have been the jellyfish one. You're right. I think that's the one I was missing. But so there was different rarities, all of those. So I just looked at each one and just put it at the floor price of what it was. Because I mean, I could put it at 500, but why wouldn't I want it sold? It worked.
So what is the floor?
For all 7, what did I get?
Sure.
Because I can't go floor of each.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea. I'd have to search up 7 different things right now. So
yeah. Go ahead.
So I ended up selling it all 7 for 1,224 ADA.
Shit. That's crazy. And you got those for nothing.
I got those for nothing. And to say that I sold it for 1,224 ADA is insane to me because when we started into the space, I think I consolidated all my stuff and I had 380 ADA to come into the space. And now I just sold 7 free NFTs for quadruple that kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's like, but here's the thing.
But the price difference is way different.
Yeah, of course. Like now that's worth about $785, but Canadian, which is still great. You literally just could have converted that. But at the same time, you know, with a lot of people that we talk to, like these numbers are tiny. They're like 1,200 ADA, like
12. Yeah.
But it's nothing. I swept to when I mint a project, I'm doing that. You know what I mean? But still,
it's true. It's very true. To me, it's a lot.
That's the problem. It should be a lot. It's still a lot. Like when you look at this, that's you know what? Screw it. That's $800, and I don't care what anybody says. $800.
It was 800 when I sold it.
Yeah, $800. That's a lot of money. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, you should have done this and that," and it's like, when did we forget that $800 is $800? So you know what I mean? Like I think people are like, "Oh, well, I didn't have crazy gains because I didn't make $500,000 or I didn't make thousands of dollars on this," and it's like, I don't know about you. But at any price point, give me $800 a month, and I'm gonna be fine. Like,
100%.
I also think that's a little bit of the bear market talking too, right? Like, just nothing's that exciting. Like I said,
I'm excited about a couple things, man.
For me, I'm not in Kusama, I'm not in NFTs here in Solana, and I'm not in Cardano. Like, so I'm just kind of looking at the coins from what I did, and I'm just like, eesh, yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot going on in this space, especially in Cardano. Actually, today I just minted. Remember Digital Dog?
Yeah, unfortunately.
We talked about that in one of our episodes. It was like
where they look like pictures.
No, that's the one. That was You're thinking of the Cardano one. One. You're thinking of Four Paws. Digital Dogs was the one where it was like interactive digital dogs, where I could be like, "Come here, boy," and the dog on my screen would run to the front of the screen.
Gotcha.
Like they're saying it's going to be companion in the metaverse. So you're running around and I could, like, if I have a microphone on, I name it whatever, Billy, come on. And the dog would like follow me around the metaverse or whatever.
You're one of those.
But either way,
your dog's a human name.
Yeah, my dog's Charlie. So yeah. What would I name it? Spot, Sparky?
I would name my dog something ridiculous, so I don't even want to say anything. I'd probably name it after a character in the Lord of the Rings.
Lugosia, come here, whatever the hell it's.
That's a good guess. Like, it's not, but we're not going to go there. It's fine. Let's keep going.
Let's go into your inner nerd, Frodo and like Bilbo.
Oh no, I'd probably name it Denethor.
Okay. I can't hate on that. That actually sounds kind of cool.
Not bad, right?
Not bad.
He's a shitty guy, but whatever. Okay.
You know what? It's right by Seinfeld. You've claimed name to the name Seven now. You ever remember that episode where they named the baby Seven and Costanza goes nuts over it? You don't remember that?
I don't remember that. It's funny though, because I literally just restarted watching Seinfeld. Like actually last week.
One of George's friends named their kid Seven. And he's like, "Oh, I claimed stake to that name." He freaks out. Anyways. I guess, yeah, we're old now, eh? Seinfeld's like,
Seinfeld
can't even reference. Like,
Like
Yeah.
you can't reference that casually. Like I referenced Captain Phillips to a friend of mine, and I was like, "Never heard of I Am the Captain Now?" And she was like, "Nope." And I was just like, "Oh, like Academy Award winning Tom Hanks, 2013 was the movie came out." Like, and they're like, "No, I have no idea. I was too young." I was like, "Shit, okay, cool."
All right. Well, we're okay. Well, that's it for non-fungible guys.
Well, I didn't do anything this week.
Too legit to quit.
Sorry? Yeah,
I said we're too legit to quit.
I got you. My ledger finally showed up, but that's about it. And
You haven't done anything with it yet?
I was sick, so I didn't do anything.
I'm excited about it for you, buddy, because we've been preaching security, and now I've realized how important, after the Solana hack and some other wallet draining shit I've seen going on, I realized how important a ledger is.
Yeah.
Not just a ledger, a cold wallet.
Yeah, hardware storage. Yeah.
I
So,
did share, if anyone wants to go check out, I did share an infograph, I guess they call it. It's a picture on Twitter at non-fungible guys. I tweeted it today, or August, what day is it right now? August 4th. Go check it out. It just kind of gives you a brief. It says you should have like 5 wallets that you should use. One's like never connected to the internet. One is this, one is that, one is a hot, one's medium cold. Like it's all this shit.
you posted that?
I did post it on the Twitter page.
Nice.
Just to kind of give, because it's like we preach about security, but like, what does that mean? I know we've done the episodes about hot, cold wallets.
Yeah, and we talk about
so,
having our like, oh yeah, that's a good post. That's cool.
So that's why I'm hoping once you get the ledger set up and you're comfortable using it, I've gotten a lot more. The only thing I'm not comfortable doing yet, which I think people can do, is minting off of a ledger. So like you would have to
set my shit up this weekend. So I hope that there's no Cardano hack between now, Thursday, and
you should be worried about an exchange hack. Isn't your stuff, or no, you have it in your Cardano wallet, right?
I disconnect from the exchanges. Well,
yeah,
but for one, yeah, my MetaMask I've disconnected. I keep that, although I do have to watch that because there's shit in there that like matters, like for real. I'm so comfortable draining that for sure. I don't play there much anyway, so.
Yeah, but you never know. I've started to kind of pivot a lot. I'm starting to pivot over to Ethereum a little bit more because of. Well, listen, you're gonna throw free mints at me, and I kind of have I'm in a project that gives out whitelists for projects where I can buy them with their token.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take advantage of it. So if you're gonna give me a free mint and the thing takes off, thank you. It's free money.
Just make sure it's from your minting wallet.
That's your basically
hot minting wallet.
That's exactly what I use in my MetaMask. I'm actually going to create another new wallet too. So I'm starting to get a little more comfortable with using my ledger and the security features. So that's one good thing about doing this podcast in general.
Yeah, definitely.
A little less research for myself because now I'm taught. Isn't it what they always say that if you can teach or train someone?
Hell yeah.
What's that? There's a phrase.
Yeah, that's what it is. If you can teach someone how to do it, that's how you learn or whatever. I don't know.
Like that's how you know you properly. It's like you properly understand it. If you can teach me, then I know you know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's also the best way to study. It was to teach your classmate or whatever. No, yeah. So that's basically why we started the podcast, so that we wouldn't fall behind and we'd stay up. That's the reason.
I'm thinking it just came to me as we're talking about it. I think I might try and onboard my daughter, our original producer. I think that's what I'm going to do in the next 50
episodes. You're in episode 1 giggling in the background, actually.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do in the next 50 episodes is try and see if all this is paid off. See if this podcast and doing all this work has paid off to be able to get her to maybe make money or just get an NFT and
have you made any money? Are you up or are you down? Now that with the bear market, I'm like, I'm down. Wait, I'm down. But it's hard to gauge that shit because some of the
really is
as they're sitting there, you're like, this is it might quote unquote look down now. Like I don't know, like I've put money to
Think
buy
about
this or whatever.
Think about
But like if I sold it, I'm up. And like if it changes, we're good. So I don't know. It's variable.
it's very hard. I mean, to be honest, you probably have to go through Cardano scan, Ether scan, and literally nickel and dime every transaction you've done to see what you're up. But I feel like for myself, I'm up. But like I've spread myself so thin on certain, like
I think
we haven't even talked
you
about.
don't inject much into your crypto.
I try not to.
Yeah, I was just like inject, and then stop, and then huge inject, bear market.
Yeah, yeah, which is true. And I also do get a bit of money from being in projects as well. I do get paid.
Right.
So I use that as my fun money instead of using my fiat money. So maybe I'm not up. Maybe I'm just but I mean, if you sell every NFT, you know what? I'm rich in experience.
That's what the next thing I was going to say, you nerd. I was going to say, hey, like, it's not about that because, like, all the stuff you learn, the connections you've made, and the places you'll go. And with that, we'll wrap up for episode.
No, hey, you want to wrap it up? Let's wrap it up. But like,
wrap it out on that nice, clean soundbite.
Like, yeah, like on our episodes with Ugly Bros and Surge, where I think one guy said in the Discord, he's like, it was funny listening to that episode. You guys tried to wrap that up a good solid 5 times.
Like we actually did. We literally
kept talking.
And then I'd be like, okay, one more question. And then after that, we went for like another 30 minutes. It was crazy. I remember being like, yo, are we going to stop?
Yep. Right as we got to almost ending, I was like, we didn't talk about the hack. And then it was another 45 minutes.
Yeah. And he's like, let's talk about it. I remember being like, okay. And bro, I mean, I was happy, but like, damn.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's so, I don't know. I don't know. I think I would say either way, I don't care because I've had fun. If I'm down money, I'm down money. Between the people I've met, the experience we've had, it sounds so corny and silly to say, but it's a legit thing, man. I've met so many damn people in the space, and come CFTCon in October,
yeah,
we'll potentially get to meet a lot of these people we've met in the Cardano space. And then we have a meetup at the end of this month. In like 3 weeks, we have a meetup to kind of meet the GTA, Ontario
pretty
squad,
cool.
whatever you want to say.
You never would have connected with those people before. Like that's pretty cool.
And that again is literally all from doing this podcast and having what was his name? River Rock
co-host. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Yep. Go ahead.
No, River Rock reached out to us on Twitter and said, yo, when are you guys gonna show Ugly Bros? And then that's snowballed into Cardopoly and meetups and conferences. And it's funny. And then even to go back into episode, whenever we did that veggie market or farmers market, that led into me finding Crypto Boutique.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I do remember
getting into
like right away, and then we did all those spaces, and that led to a lot. Like that was a lot. That was a big.
Unfortunately, we haven't done the spaces in a couple of weeks because I've been on vacation. Rich is on vacation. Different people, and I was getting a little more comfortable talking in public. I usually
which is kind of crazy because this conversation is all public.
Again, I'm not going to be sexist. I'm not. Obviously, I know it's going out to the public because I watch what I say. In a sense, I'm mindful of that. But when it comes to like public speaking and knowing, like, oh, there's at one point in some of those spaces, there's like 80 people listening.
Yeah,
I'm like,
spaces were really cool. Like actually,
so I usually defer to you. You're a great public speaker, and I remember even doing a couple speeches and weddings and stuff where you pulled me aside and I've been like, cool. listen, just don't. You're good, man. You're like, I look up to you.
50 episodes. I appreciate that, Ryan. What the hell? Maybe for the 1 year. Don't worry, buddy. When you get back from your trip, we'll grab a beer. We'll go see a movie. It'll be great.
Hey, sounds good to me. But I haven't even talked like old money. I minted my fuck recently.
Yeah.
There was that. What else, man? Fuck. There's been so much going on in the space lately. Let me see the show notes. I wrote a couple things down that I wanted to talk about. Oh, Netflix and Stranger Things.
Yeah, how did that go?
I minted. So did I ever talk about it?
You did. You talked about what you minted, like, and you were kind of going for the I don't want to like say it if you've got it.
The collection. I was doing the Vecna challenge. So I tweeted about it. So I actually tweeted out the NFT that I got. If you want to go to NFG Ryan, for anyone that's listening, Devon, you can do it if you want. But I think it's such a. Or no, I shared it with you, right?
I already saw it.
Yeah. That's
cool.
Right. So, I mean, that was pretty dope. It'd be interesting to see.
It's actually cool. I remember, like, I'm not just saying that. Like the cool NFT. The depth that they have in the movement. It's cool.
Yeah, it's 17 seconds long, man. It's not anything legit.
I think they knew what they were doing.
So we talked. Oh God, do we want to get into this? I know we're kind of late, and you want to. So
what do you want to talk about?
No, I won't get into it. I want to give it a shout out for anyone that wants to. I'll do a quick little thing, Devon. I won't dive.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. Listen, people. I don't know how many times I got to tell. You got to get over to the Shack Discord and join me.
100%. Yeah, you got to talk about
the Bill Murray NFT collection. So I just found out some more information quickly. They dropped 82 NFTs, which are going to be considered the OG OBs, original bills. So the next drop is going to be 700, September 7th. 1.5 ETH is going to be the mid price, which is steep. But the floor price on the original bills, the original 82, is like 15 ETH.
What?
So
like actually, bro, so what do you think for this? If you mint at 1.5, do you think it's going to jump the same way the first one did?
Yes.
And what's their process?
They're mint. So the first time it was kind of a clusterfuck because it was Coinbase's NFT marketplace first NFT drop, and it was set up where you had to like basically scroll and pick one that you wanted to buy and then click buy, which is not like any other NFT drop. Going forward for September 7th, they're going to be doing click buy and get a random one of the 700 randomly if you purchase goes through.
Wow.
So it'll be like a normal.
And if it doesn't, you just lose your gas and you're done.
Yeah. Yep. So it could create a gas war, which I'm hoping to God I can get the 1.5 ETH. But as of yesterday, that was $3,300 Canadian.
Jesus.
So, but again, even if I was able to buy it, I will never sell because they were saying, so you can go on the Shack Discord or there's a YouTube channel where they have a fireside chat and they've talked all about it. And they're saying, so the Chive has been working on this NFT collection for 2 years. And you just said earlier in this episode, NFTs for us is like 1 year old.
Yeah.
For most people, we're hitting the 1 year mark for them
NFTs in general are now, I guess, 4.5 or 5 years old in total.
So they've been working on this for 2 years with Bill Murray, and they said they're going to turn this whole space upside down and try and do a lot of things that haven't been done. So they said the 700 NFTs are basically destination related, but they're colorways of the original 82. And the roadmap is going to be based on these destinations of these NFTs, if that makes sense. So like the roadmap is going to be a literal roadmap. So my theory is that there's going to be destinations tied into all the NFTs, and those destinations, so say Chicago, Baltimore, California, wherever, I think those will be in real life meetups where you have the potential to meet Bill Murray or his family members or people of the Chive. And it's going to lead up to like an ultimate end of the year party kind of like they already said, if you have one of the first 82, your chances of having a beer with Bill Murray are probable.
What?
Yeah, they said before. So at August 31st, they have, I can't remember if it's the end of August. Somewhere at the end of August, they're doing an auction for the Bill Murray 000 NFT. And they've had this and it's going to be tied into, it's going to be an auction, and it's going to be tied into a picture that they had an artist create. The picture, I think John Rizig said the picture was 5 feet by 4 feet big, or 4 feet by 5 feet. Anyways, so it's a huge picture. So you're going to get the picture, the NFT, and all this other shit with it. And they even said you're going to get a picture from that artist. He's going to paint you a picture of you having a beer with the picture of Bill Murray, but you're going to be having a beer with Bill Murray. So it's like you're going to get that picture of Bill, but then you're going to meet him and have a beer. And then the guy's going to paint that picture so that you're immortalized in your own painting of meeting Bill while collecting the Bill Murray NFT. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does. It sounds pretty meta.
So, yeah, stupid. So hey,
listen,
I'm gonna go balls deep into this worse than I did with properties. I'll tell this the fans, the listeners.
If you care about Chive, if you care about Bill Murray, this is something that's like, for example, it's probably gonna expose something here you didn't know about me. If they were doing this, I don't even want to say it.
I have no idea what he's gonna say, folks. So
if they were doing this for Tom Cruise, I'd be like, I would have bought the same one for 1.5 ETH. I would have bought it. I wouldn't have been a pussy like you. So,
that hurts, Devon.
I don't know why you didn't buy it. Anyways,
dude,
the episodes, everybody. I'm joking. I'm just joking.
$3,500. Fuck, I couldn't afford that, man. That's a lot of money. Dude, the floor price.
The kids can take care of
30 grand.
Made 3 so that they'd be able to support each other.
The older one. That's right. I should.
The older one has a job. You should be taking allowance from her.
This is my NFT money.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man.
Yeah. Are
you surprised at the person I just mentioned?
Tom Cruise. I kind of am. So your Bill Murray is Tom Cruise.
But I don't know anything about him. Like, actually, I really don't. But
well, if you were to say when's Bill Murray's birthday, I'm not that diehard. Like, I love the guy, but I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, yeah. When's
Tom Cruise's birthday?
I don't know.
Oh, I was hoping you just threw a number out. Like, if you would have said like October 6th, I would have been like, oh my god, I would have died.
I actually don't know. I don't really know much about him, but but whatever. But I do really like him.
Yep, fair enough. So, all right, we'll just end it at that.
Oh my god, I never mind. His birthday is July 3rd, and I remember thinking his birthday just passed, but I don't remember when it was. But I kind of knew when it was. On his birthday, and you know what? Never mind.
Don't say it.
Yeah. Okay.
You dance around your house in your underwear like Risky Business or whatever that cocktails or whatever.
Much. Yeah, that's what I do every July 3rd. Yeah.
Show me the money, and then you slide around your underwear with the glasses on
in the mirror. Yeah. To a picture of him. Anyways, never mind. All right, let's stop all that.
Oh my god. I almost wish you wouldn't have told me this, because now it's like the things I could do to mess with you now. This is gonna be fun. My background next Zoom chat is just gonna be Tom Cruise.
I told you and everybody else. So
you did. Everyone should flood your Twitter with like Tom Cruise memes.
Tom Cruise does a lot of crazy stuff, man.
I just start jumping on my couch right now.
A couple of days ago, this guy was on a cliff on the edge. Like, some people were like hiking somewhere, and then Tom Cruise is like, "Hey man, I like your dog," and they're like, "Thanks." Then he just jumped off a cliff and threw a parachute out. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. That really happened. He lives this life. Yeah.
You know what's funny? That's exactly what the whole aura of Bill Murray is.
Yeah.
Just random shit that he does. Like, he's obsessed with eggs. Did you know that?
I did not know that. So, okay, just to add further context, they were hiking with their dog. A helicopter showed up, and out jumps Tom Cruise, and he's like, "Nice dog," and then he just jumps off a cliff. That really happened. So, okay,
wow.
I'll stop.
That, you know what? We should just spend an episode swapping stories about. Like, did you know about Bill Murray and Wu-Tang?
I think
Nope.
you told me a little bit about that, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's a whole but that's the whole thing about his NFTs. If anyone's wondering what it is like his autobiography in an NFT.
Gotcha.
I will end it there. Come join me in the Discord.
Wow, nice.
The Shack.
Nicely rounded out. Okay. Well,
excuse me. Sorry.
Great.
I burped. Sorry.
No problem. 50 episodes, and that's that.
I love you, buddy. Thanks for doing 50 episodes with me.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you so much, Ryan, Tom, for your companionship. The episodes have been awesome, and we're gonna keep. I don't care how many times we say it. We plan to do 8, and here we are.
Yep.
All right, and I actually correction already before Paps is like, come on, guys. The first NFT officially, I've heard 4 years ago, so I was like, okay, it's obviously like 5 by now, but officially, the first NFT was 8 years ago. So sorry.
Really?
Apparently, I was just Googling it because I was like, I've heard 4 years everywhere, but I was like, not that much time has passed, and like the most I thought it would have been 6, but apparently it's yeah.
Good to know. Little tidbit of information. So
cool.
Look out for the next few episodes. We're gonna have some awesome guests. I mean, they're all gonna be awesome because we don't have no junk on this episode on these podcasts.
Facts.
So yes, we're gonna be bringing you. I don't know. We have to step it up a little bit. I mean, maybe bring on another person and start doing some video editing or something. Start doing some live episodes. We'll just morph and steal everything from F-35ers.
Sounds good. Do it the stuff from the people you admire. Anyways, whatever. All right, buddies, I'm out.
Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody, anyone that's ever been on the episode. Thank you very much, and especially to the listeners. You guys are keeping us going. Please share, like, review, all the fun stuff.
Oh yeah,
and I guess
reviews. Thank you.
NFGs. I guess we the music's going, right? Do you want me to shut up now?
Yeah, it's going.
Yeah, right. NFGs. We out.
We out.